Now, turning once again to our just-released NBC News Wall Street Journal poll that finds 80% of voters say things in the United States are out of control. Breaking that down along party lines, 92% of Democrats say so, 78% of independents, and 66% of Republicans agree on the matter. A majority, no matter how you slice it. Joining me now, Roland Martin, host of Roland Martin Unfiltered, and the author of the first, President Barack Obama's Road to the White House, as originally reported by Roland Martin. Roland, you're wearing a shirt, unapologetically black. And I just want to tell our viewers, because you're a friend of mine, so I know what you were wearing this morning. You were wearing a shirt about black journalists, which is uniquely important right now.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Of course, you see the people who are getting attacked by media. You have that. That's first. But also, what is important here is what's also happening, that a lot of newsrooms should have been listening to black journalists all these years, because we've been talking about these issues, but frankly, many of our newsrooms are being led largely by white men, and now we're seeing what's happening. And so America needs to be confronting in so many areas, not just politics and social justice organizations, but all these companies out here, Ali, who are releasing their statements. They talk about Black Lives Matter, but do black employees matter? Do black board members matter? Do black senior executives matter? Do black businesses matter? And so what's happening is a reckoning going on in America right now, Ali, that is amazing to watch. And I think this is going to continue. This is not going to just sort of go away. And you heard that from Ms. Carr. I think this is something that's reaching a critical mass in America that we better get prepared for.
But it only happens at this point, Tremaine was making this point, when it makes the leap from a movement that seems to be about black people into a leap that seems to be about the rest of us, right? Once we realize that the system's unfair and we accept that if you are a recipient of an unfair system, whether it's police justice or it's economics or it's wages or it's health care or it's economics, boards and businesses, we're sort of seeing that. We're seeing major businesses come out and unapologetically talk about Black Lives Matter now.
Well, I think a lot of them are doing it because it's also a good PR move. That's what I'm saying. One of the things that we are prepared to do at Roland Martin Unfiltered, and I would love if MSNBC partnered with us, let's go under the hood. All these companies releasing statements, let's actually look at their company makeup, their executive makeup. Let's look at their minority supplier development. Let's look at what they actually do. Sure, you can give $1 million right now, but do black employees matter? And we're seeing that, how employees are challenging these companies, saying, oh, wait a minute, now you're making these statements, but where have you been when we've been discussing these issues internally? We also got to just be real honest about something here. We're talking the civil rights movement. When white America decides to get involved, stuff changes. Ali, let's just be honest. We still are a majority white country. During the civil rights movement, what did they say? Oh, we got to be careful. If white kids start getting hurt as freedom riders, then America pays attention. And so I'm glad to see that. And that's an interesting thing that rarely talked about. If you were a 12 or 15-year-old white person when Obama was elected, guess what? You're now in your mid-20s. And I think we can't overlook that, where their first president was an African-American. And so that's also what is causing a change in this, where you're seeing white Americans who are now being confronted, a younger generation who says we have to step up where our parents didn't, to confront the systemic racism happening in America.
And I've spent a week and a half in the streets of America. The majority of the protesters I've seen have been white and young, so that's a very interesting point that you make, Roland. Thanks always, my friend. Roland Martin is the host of Roland Martin Unfiltered.
Appreciate it, man.
He's the author of the first President Barack Obama's Road to the White House, as originally reported by Roland S. Martin.